everyone. Today we have with us architect Nilesh Kenkere of Arcade Mumbai, who is known for his dynamic personality and is a perfectionist by nature. So, sir, good evening.
Good
How are
evening.
you?
Good, good, good.
Okay, so, sir, today we are having a discussion with you, and thank you for being a part of the show today. So, I just wanted to have few discussion with you on few ideas or questions I had. So on that note, sir, we'll just start like you are an architect for last 25 years.
Yeah.
So when did you choose architecture 25 years back? So what made you choose architecture as a profession?
See, for me, I would rather, it's a very interesting thing that I never wanted to be an architect. Actually, I wanted to be a doctor because in my family, most of the people are doctors. So I had gone to watch a movie with my friend at Sterling town. And on the way back, he went to JJ. He wanted to appear for architecture entrance exam. And because he did not have change for 15 rupees, he said, "Do form de do, tu bhi bait." And I sat for the exam. I got selected in the exam. I went for interview. I got selected even in interview. And my friend did not even make it through exam. And he wanted to become an architect. I never wanted to. And I got selected. And I was featured in like top 40 first list of Sir JJ College of Architecture. That is like without zero preparation, and that is also like the whole thing goes to not having 15 rupees change. So that was from my side. And then I did not get that year in medicine, so everyone said JJ mein mila hai, chhodta kyun hai, people want to get into architecture. And I was always good with drawings. I won many competitions in these elementary intermediate drawing exams that we have. I have got given silver medal, and a lot of my drawings have been featured all over world. When I was in school and all, so my drawing was good. So I took it up as a challenge, and now I think it's very good that I'm an architect. I would be a terrible doctor. Architecture is something I wanted to do, and it was destined. So thanks to those 15 rupees.
So that means it was by luck.
Totally. As I said, totally by luck. Imagine just because I did not have 15 rupees and to be bite, and I got selected. So that was like
This
a
is
sheer
like
luck.
something very.
And JJ, JJ topmost college in like that time. JJ was like top. There were only three colleges, and JJ was there were like only not even 200 seats in Mumbai, as against today there are 5,000. So in 200 seats in first 40s was a big thing.
This is really interesting. So since you have become an architect by luck, now you are practicing architecture for last 25 years, and you have, like, with a discussion prior to this, you said that you have done projects from all segments. So I just want to club it up together, like 25 years architect by chance, and then doing all projects in all segments. So this continuous transformation there has been of design, whether you consider the years or the segments or your entire idea about design, like you. So how do you define this?
See, now if you're talking about so many years and changes and progression that is happening, see, that is going to bound to happen. Like simple thing, earlier when we used to design theaters, it used to be a single screen, there used to be a projector, eye level. Now it's all DTH and satellites and so many things. So technology changes, all your requirement changes. I remember first time when we did nightclub, it was total experimentation. There were no LEDs, there were no LED strips, there were no colored lights available. I'm talking about in 90s, early 90s. So that time I remember we used to use tube light and take cellophane paper and wrap it up on those tube lights. So no, it was all trial and error till almost 2000, like end of 1999. There were like hardly very few materials available in India. So it was more of creation in terms of trial and error, experimentation. Whereas nowadays everything is easily available. Whatever you want, you can import. Like couple of our projects, we have imported everything for the first time in India for our client because they had budget. But those days, even if clients had budget, there were so many red tapes, there were so many problems. There was no internet, there was no exposure. So it was all like more of trial and error. And but let me tell you, that time it was more of pure design. Nowadays what has happened is it's become more of cosmetic. Second thing is become more of, I would say, accessorization. People are going online, checking Pinterest, and most of the architects which I'm seeing nowadays, I would call them more of accessorization than actual design. You have simple room, you put those colorful artifacts and curtains and things like that. So it's almost like a another glorified version of a Good Earth or some store like that where you're displaying their products. That's about it. And even clients nowadays, when they come to us, they come with Pinterest image कि मेरे को ऐसा कुछ चाहिए, ऐसा wardrobe चाहिए, ऐसा bed. You do it yourself, no? Why do you come to architect? So the design, theme, or the way we used to work out, because we never had exposure. I mean, for us, a nightclub was our visualization. Like today, when you want to design nightclub, you go on Google, you type nightclubs, and you see 10,000 pictures, out of which you pick up something from here and something from there. Our time, there was no internet, there were no books. So it was pure visualization, it was like pure design, which is nowadays has become very easy. I mean, anyone can become a designer. You have to have a good exposure, you have to have a good, and Google is there. On your mobile also, you can check Google and Pinterest, of course. So I think I'm seeing that way, which is good in a way, but which is bad again in a way that people are taking it for granted. Clients also are taking it for granted, and plus we are straining further clients this feeling of architect क्या करता है, इधर से wardrobe लेने का, उधर से वो लेने का और assemble करने का. So we have become more of selectors than designers, that kind of thing. Nowadays I know so many of my friends, they are traveling all the way to China to select the furniture. We rarely do that, because for us, if that sofa has to be, if I don't know if it's available, but we cannot select, because we have a fixed way of designing where that sofa only will fit in that design. I cannot go through 25-30 designs and select whatever is available. So like as I said, nowadays it's become more of a selection than design actually. Earlier we used to design every single thing. I mean, to date, even if we are designing restaurant, we design menu card, we design uniform design, as in like we help to sit with the designer, because it's a part of design as much. Nowadays, I think that awareness level is reduced. That is what is my thing about. Otherwise, design process is same. Everything is same. Only thing is now too much of internet, too much of knowledge, and too much of exposure is ruined the chances of design. That's what I believe.
Based on this, today morning only, I saw one picture about this. I'll share it with you offline. It will be really like it was the way you said. It is that way right now in the market, and people are saying this. That clients and everyone get too involved, and designers have much lesser scope to give their
No, but
inputs.
that I think that problem lies with us. No, we accept. Client comes and shows you everything and says, "ऐसा चाहिए, वैसा चाहिए, मेरे को खाली drawing नहीं बनाने को आता, आप वो बना के दो." And you accept such project, then you are putting yourself down. No, as in you are making it easy for client that you are eventually a draftsman who's just no. So in our case, we tell client के boss देखो ऐसा. It's like you go to a doctor. You can't, even with the doctors not the same thing. People read my symptoms online and they say I think मेरे को ये हुआ है, अभी आप खाली दवाई बताओ कौन सा लेने का. दवाई भी उनको मालूम है ये लूं कि नहीं लूं. That is the kind of situation. So it's become everywhere. Why design? Like today people go to doctor and say कि मेरे को ये हुआ है, ये दवाई है, लूं कि नहीं लूं, आप खाली endorse करो उसको. So you can't, I mean, it's become like internet and too much of knowledge is spoiling everyone. I believe.
So I want to understand, like, since you have explained us so much on this, but according to you, what is design satisfaction or creative design satisfaction?
See, creative design satisfaction is one thing. Like so many times client come to us and they tell us, I want this, I want that. So many times they don't even know the meaning of it. Like one of our client, he was into greeting card manufacturing. And he came and told us that I want contrast in my house. That guy did not even know what contrast means, but they hear something somewhere and they say, I want this, I want that. They don't know what they want. So for us, design is eventually to the satisfaction of end user. Is you should not give him what he wants. You should give him what he needs. I mean, what are his needs? What actually, today someone comes and says, I want this, I want that. He doesn't even know the meaning of those words. It's just that you read somewhere, you see something like that, and मेरे को ऐसा कुछ चाहिए, वैसा कुछ चाहिए. Not even knowing whether will it suit your lifestyle, will it suit whether you can adapt to certain things like this. What about maintenance? How you are going to maintain? Whether it suits you. Design is where we talk to end user, we talk to clients. Even we are doing nightclubs. Say for argument's sake, we've done like 50 odd nightclubs, but we were doing a nightclub in Bangalore. So we went and studied all the nightclubs in Bangalore, because I cannot do something which I'm doing in Mumbai, which we are known for and we are successful. It may not suit Bangalore. So we went and saw all the kind of nightclubs in Bangalore, even the behavior of people in Bangalore. Like today, Mumbai people will leave their house at 10 o'clock. Bangalore people start going at 4 o'clock. Sometimes people go at 2 o'clock. They drink early because they are all these IT or whatever it is. At 11:30, everyone walks out of the pub. Whereas Mumbai people reach pubs at 10:30, 11. So right from behavior, right from everything is different. So I feel there's a lot of case studies, lot of site analysis that is more important. Something that I do in Mumbai and that is successful, I cannot just put it up in Bangalore or any other city like that. So that's what I believe. So it needs a lot of work besides design. Design I would say is not even 30%. More of understanding clients, his habit, his likes, dislikes, site conditions, so many things. It has to work. Eventually, it has to function. See, something that you like for 8 to 10 days and something that you live with 8 years of your life is a big difference.
Just I have this question, like since you said this, so when you try to explain this to your client, how easy or difficult it is? Like, is it?
It's not really difficult. See, you should be able to, like, as an architect, we have gift of gaps. So we are like good at marketing. We are good at explaining clients. And we eventually tell him, see, it's like as a doctor also, tomorrow if I give the same medicine to 3 patients, not everyone will react the same way. It depends on your willpower, it depends on your body structure, it depends on your immunity. So same way, even in architecture, it's customized. We say all our clients are our friends. I have to understand you first. I have to understand what you like. It's not because you say you like it. Do you really like it? Does it suit your lifestyle? Is it going to be comfortable for you? So we have a lot of interaction. We go out. I'll give you a simple example. Like there are so many new drinking joints. People say कि ये ऐसा चाहिए वैसा चाहिए, अंडे का क्रेट लटका दिया, काला दीवार पेंट कर दिया. They are saying बहुत चलता है. But चलता है why? Because you are selling liquor at wine shop price. People are not going there for interiors. So once we took our client and said कि चलो वो जगह पे जाते, तू बैठ इधर एक पेन और पेपर ले और लिस्ट बना कि इसमें से तेरे को क्या क्या अच्छा लगा. तो the moment he started saying क्या घटिया चेयर है पत्रे का यार, बहुत uncomfortable है. Then he saying ये लाइट भी इतना टैकी है, वो उतना टैकी है. I said see, you are getting carried away because looking at the crowd कि बहुत crowd आता है means बहुत चलता है. Now you can give liquor at the same cost price and you give them a better place. You will have long shelf life. Today if you make something with aam ka tokri and ande ka crate and kala diwar and patre ka chair, someone opens a similar place next door, you will not have a loyalty. People will leave and go to someone else's place as well. See, when you make a place which it kinds of distinct to your senses, it grows on you, you feel comfortable, it's like a loyal clientele you have to develop. You can't make your place looking like 100 other places in Mumbai and just because they are working you make it one more like that. So we explain them like that. He made list and he said कि नीलेश भाई आप सही बोल रहे थे, इसमें से एक भी चीज कॉपी करने लायक नहीं है, सब घटिया है बोलता है. मेरे को खाली क्राउड देख के I was kind of impressed. So you have to understand their psychology and you have to expose them to all those things. That is how it is. A lot of people don't take the effort. I mean, I'm telling you, this problem is architects also. छापखाना है कि चलो 10-20 काम आ गया है, पैसा आ रहा है, क्या गया तेरे को ये चाहिए ना, चल बना के देगा, वो चाहिए ना बना के देगा, kind of thing is happening today nowadays. I mean, I know so many of my friends as well, without naming, that people are treating it as छापखाना. Couple of our friends, they say कि after this I don't even want to go to my office. I want all our students, whoever working with us, they'll go and handle the sites. And today, even to date, like almost after 25 years in practice, to date, we go to our site personally. If I don't like the way that painter is painting, I take the brush and I show it to him, कि ऐसा करो and things like that. So we are fully involved with artists, and that is the level of involvement. Unless you cannot even convince your client.
We have spoken a lot about nightclubs and retreats that you have done. So all the different type of projects that you have done till date, which segment excites you or you enjoy doing the most, or is there any specific?
It's not really about segment. Like as I said, sometimes and not even budget. Sometimes you might enjoy doing a small, like I'll give you one example. I'd done one small Buddhist vihar where I didn't charge a penny because that client was doing as a charity to his cow, in some remote Nagpur village. That I didn't charge a single penny. Of course, we had the best of the time traveling and all that. It was nice eating local food and all, but didn't charge a single penny. But since that temple is ready, every year on their Vardhapan Din or whatever the day it was, Lokarpan Day, given to people, every day without even inviting anyone, 25,000-30,000 people come from spontaneously from all over, and the way they worship, and whenever we go there on Vardhapan Din, they come and touch your feet and things like that. So place which you did without charging even a single penny can give you so much of satisfaction. So it's not money or a segment of the project. It's your involvement. It's your creative satisfaction. It's the kind of experience you have. Like we enjoy doing every sort of project. It's our involvement. Like it's like asking your mother which baby you like the most. Like all babies are equally dear, all segments are equally dear. And as I said, we take the project which interests us, we take it on our terms of condition. So far I don't think we have done a single project, I would say even a single project, where we did it just out of bread and butter and not feeling happy about it. If there were a couple of projects where we thought that it's going to be that way, we just left it halfway. We said client ko ke rishta rakhenge, next time दूसरा काम करेंगे, this work we don't want to do, just walking out of the project. So we don't do such projects. So most of the projects which we have done, all are been interesting to us, irrespective of segment, irrespective of budget, irrespective of location, and irrespective of client. So most of the projects, I would say, to date, touch wood, we've been fortunate that all the projects are dear to us. Of course, whatever we have done 25 years back, today if I look back and I see, I think I can do it much better. But at that point, we did the best we could. So it's always a creative satisfaction, always there. Touch wood.
I just remembered what you said right now. I think few months before you had put up a post in your Facebook stating that you have got documents and memoirs of all the projects you have done in the last 25 years, and you were going through them, and then you were saying that the work that we have done, some you didn't even remember and some you remember, but the work, and you were saying that how it feels. So
yeah. Because it takes you back to the time and you remember, because you have so much of involvement in every project, whenever you look at those pictures or whatever, it's kind of an experience. And that's the reason I'm quite this thing on Facebook also, because for me Facebook is like a diary, something that you don't write, but like today you eat something, you like it, you click a picture and upload. After 10 years Facebook will take you to that same day. Okay, this day you were there eating this, and that you sometimes may not remember in life. So Facebook also works in a way that it keeps you updating. So seeing the things 10 years back which you did with your heart and soul, always exciting. 20 years back, 25 years back, you remember only milestones, you remember only best of the projects, but so many of the projects which that point you enjoyed. So as I said, for us all the projects were dear to our heart. It's just that they skip your mind, you don't remember them every day, but of course we are like close to all our projects, even to date.
I'll just come to the next question now. I just want to understand, like, in your all sort of projects that you do, how difficult is it to source the right product for a project? And again, taking the current situation globally, what do you think is the way forward for sourcing?
See, now sourcing as in like as I told you, we prepare every design. So we know what we want. Now we want someone to source, or, like as I said, if we are going to pick up, like even with vendors and all, we are always open. There are a lot of architects who, but see, I want to know what is the new product which is at any point, if it like, I'll give you an example. I teach in various colleges, even my wife teaches. Any college we teach, I at least feel that I also have a lot to learn even from students, because they may not have technical knowledge, but their ideas sometimes can be even better than our ideas. So same way, even in like profession, with vendors, the new product they are going to launch in the market, or new products they have. So we always, it's a learning experience always. So with vendors also we are open ki suggest ki iske liye mere ko kya suggest karta hai tu, or I want something like this. So we know what we want. We want someone who can understand what we want and source it first. So nowadays global market is open. People are ready to source. There are a lot of people who are going out of the way to source and all. So it's become much easier. Earlier it was very difficult. So then we used to make mock-ups. We used to make sample. We used to make something that looks like that. Nowadays we can directly import, so it's become much easier. So no R&D, absolutely.
So that brings to my question, like, we are at Arcadia, we have launched a global platform for sourcing, which I have discussed with you. So I want to understand, what do you think about this? What are your views about this? Because we are like, maybe this is the first time someone somewhere from India we are trying to do this.
No, so as I said, it's a very good idea, but only thing is you will have to have a team of people, who should understand. Like so many times I have left it halfway because that vendor just fails to understand what I want. Like we are trying to explain him. I gave him picture, I gave him like kuch chahiye, and like simple example, if I want gray and you show me some dark maroon or dark brown and you try to convince me it is gray, I will not get convinced because it is not great. So first of all, you'll have to have a team, a good team of people, who would understand what architects want. Because if I tell you I want this kind of a chair or this kind of a sofa or this kind of a fit out or this whatever it is, you have to understand what I'm looking at. You cannot be over excitable and keep on bombarding me with 100 things which are irrelevant, which I don't want. ऐसा कुछ नहीं चाहिए, कि मेरे को मेरा वाला पिंक चाहिए. Don't show me maroon, green, cream, whatever it is. I don't want. I want मेरा वाला pink. वो pink से मिलता जुलता दिखाओ. So what happens with these vendors? I feel so many times the whole thing is they are either more acceptable or they are not in sync with designers, or they don't have that IQ level to understand, or they have level, they don't put in effort. So you'll have to prepare a team which can work with. I mean, with people like us who are extra finicky or whatever, maybe we would say.
No,
But
obviously, no. I agree with you because it's your design, your creation, so it has to match. Otherwise, there will be a difference.
yeah, because see, it may work with some people. Like I know so many of my friends. They say कि हम लोग चाइना जाता है, क्लाइंट 7 दिन लेके गया, फिर लास्ट डे पे तो ऐसा होता है कि इतना पैसा खर्चा करके आए, अभी कुछ भी उठा लो और चलो. Because if you don't say that, client is going to abuse कि तुम 7 दिन बाद के कुछ भी लिया नहीं, इतना 8-10 लाख रुपया घुस गया, तो लास्ट डे पे it's almost like चलो ठीक है, ये सोफा, ये. So I mean, if you're working like that and that way, so then it's okay. But if you're very particular कि नहीं, 7 दिन नहीं, 10 दिन भी बर्बाद होके मुझे जो चाहिए नहीं मिला, I'm not going to pick it up. So there are certain people who are particular, there are certain people who are not particular. So it depends, it totally depends on. So for us, it works other way. So
No, we are preparing our team, and we also obviously give importance to the architect and their vision and the clients, because otherwise there's no point having a platform where you can actually interact and build a community at large.
absolutely. So as I said, your team, who's going to interact with them, with architects, they should understand what they want exactly. And you have to do research from your side also. You have to send it to your vendor, tell him this is what I want. You'll have to have a lot of interaction. So
Yes.
if you unless have that sort of, and again, like as I said, see, our clients who are repeating us for past 20 years, I mean the client who we worked in 1998, 1992, to date we are working with them on multiple projects, because they feel today they can even afford office contractor, but they feel that they have a tuning, he understand what I want. So many times they say कि नीलेश भाई आपको मालूम है मेरे को क्या अच्छा लगता है, या जैसा मेरे साथ कोई आर्किटेक्ट ही नहीं टिका है, आप मेरे को बरोबर हैंडल करते हो, that kind of thing. So if it's comfort level, you are irrepressible, like otherwise there are 10 architects in the market, likewise there are 10 vendors in the market. Nowadays it's become so easy, anyone can go to China and source, and everyone is doing that. You want someone to work with you and continue working with you. So unless you get into that understanding of what architects want, then I would say, I know Somrita knows what I want. So if I tell her, I'm sure she will source it out. But if I show you something and you meet me 20 times and you show me 200 unwanted things, and after that also I said, bus ho gaya yaar. I mean, you simply cannot understand what I'm looking at. So that is how, as my experience which has happened. See, sourcing is not difficult. Anyone can source, but understanding what we want, that is most important. And the worst thing is calling me to China and Italy and going there, and in spite of traveling all the way, spending so much of money, then you show me something which is not wanted, then it's worse. That. So understanding, as I said, bottom line is understanding.
Thank you very much for your inputs. We will obviously keep it in mind, and I would really like to thank you for giving us your inputs today and sharing your views. And do have a nice time today ahead, and stay safe.
Thank you. Same to you. Wish you and your team all the best, and hope to work with you soon again in the future once the lockdown is over.
Sure, we would. Thank you.